Have you ever ended a day thinking, why did I get nothing done today? You were busy, you did things, but somehow, nothing really moved forward. And that's frustrating. Because it makes you feel like the problem is you. Like you lack discipline. Like you're just not consistent enough. But that's not it. Here's what's actually happening. You're not lacking motivation. You're repeating patterns that keep you stuck. Small habits. Daily behaviors. The kind you don't even think about anymore. And over time, those habits quietly shape your life. Think of it like this. Your life is a direction, not a moment. Every small action is a step. And if you keep stepping in the wrong direction, you don't notice it immediately. But give it a few months or a few years, and you're somewhere you never wanted to be. Today, I'm going to show you 10 habits that can change that direction. No extreme changes, no unrealistic routines, just small shifts that actually work. Let's start with the first one. Habit 1, control your mornings. How you start your day is not neutral. It pushes you in a direction. If the first thing you do is check your phone, you've already lost control. Messages, notifications, content. Your brain jumps straight into noise. And here's the problem. You don't recover from that easily because you've trained your brain to chase stimulation. Instead, take back that first moment. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Do something intentional. Plan your day. Go outside for a short walk. Even just sit without input. It sounds simple, but it creates something powerful, a sense of control. And control changes how you move through the rest of your day. Habit 2. Reduce friction for good behavior. You don't do what's best, you do what's easy. If something requires effort to start, you delay it. If something is right in front of you, you do it. Same person, different setup. Let me make it concrete. If your gym clothes are ready, you're more likely to train. If your phone is next to you, you're more likely to scroll. So stop relying on willpower. Change the environment instead. Make good habits easier. Prepare things in advance. Remove distractions. Simplify your setup. You're not trying to be more disciplined. You're now making discipline unnecessary. Habit 3. Focus on one thing at a time. You think multitasking helps you get more done. It doesn't. It just makes you feel productive because what your brain actually does is switch constantly. And every switch costs energy. Here's a simple way to see it. Imagine you're trying to have a conversation, but someone interrupts you every 20 seconds. You can still talk, but it takes more effort, and you lose your flow. That's exactly what happens when you switch tasks. So instead, do one thing fully. Set a time block, remove distractions, and commit. Even 1 hour of real focus beats a full day of half attention. Habit 4. Track what you do. Most people operate on feeling. I think I did well today. But feelings are unreliable. You don't see your patterns clearly. You overestimate what you do right and ignore what you do wrong. So you stay stuck. Tracking changes that because it forces clarity. Track your habits, track your time, track your actions, not forever, just long enough to understand your behavior. Because once you see what's actually happening, you can adjust it. Habit 5. Do hard things. Early. You don't have the same energy all day. Your mental capacity drops. Every decision you make drains it. So if you leave difficult tasks for later, you're making it harder for yourself. Instead, flip it. Do the hard thing first. The task you've been avoiding, the one that requires focus. Because early in the day, your brain is at its best. Less noise, more control. And there's something else. When you finish something difficult early, you build momentum. You've already won once, and that changes how you approach the rest of the day. Habit 6. Limit input. Increase output. You probably consume more than you realize. Videos, posts, information, and it feels productive. But it's not, because nothing changes. Here's what's happening. You're training your brain to absorb instead of act, and action is what creates results. So, shift the balance. Less input, more output. If you learn something, apply it. If you watch something useful, use it, even in small ways, because execution builds progress. Consumption doesn't. Habit 7. Create small wins daily. Big goals are exciting, but they're also overwhelming. And when something feels too big, you delay it. So shrink it. Focus on what you can finish today. A small task, a clear action. Because every time you complete something, you reinforce a pattern. I follow through. And that matters more than motivation. It builds trust in yourself. Think of it like stacking wins, one by one. Individually, they don't look impressive, but over time, they change how you see yourself. And that changes everything. These habits don't look extreme. That's the point. They're sustainable. They don't depend on motivation. They depend on structure. And structure is what actually creates change. Habit 8, build identity-based habits. Stop asking, what do I want to achieve? Start asking, who do I want to become? Because goals are temporary. Identity is permanent. If your goal is to get fit, that's fine. But if your identity becomes, I'm someone who trains consistently, now your behavior aligns automatically. You don't negotiate with yourself. You act in line with who you believe you are. Here's how you build that. Start small. Choose actions you can repeat daily, not impressive actions, consistent ones. Because every repetition is a vote for the type of person you're becoming. And over time, those votes define you. Habit 9, use systems, not motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. And if your progress depends on it, your results will always be inconsistent. So instead, build systems. A system is something that runs whether you feel like it or not. For example, don't say, I'll work out when I feel motivated. Say, I train every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 18 hours. No thinking, no decision, just execution. Because every time you remove a decision, you remove resistance. And that's key. Most failure doesn't come from lack of ability. It comes from friction. Systems reduce friction, and reduced friction increases consistency. Habit 10, make bad habits visible and costly. Bad habits survive in the dark. They're automatic, invisible. You don't notice them, so you don't change them. The fastest way to break a bad habit is to expose it, make it visible. For example, track how often you check your phone. Write it down. Suddenly, it's not random anymore. It's real. And once something is real, you can attach a cost to it. Add friction, log out of apps, delete them. Put your phone in another room. Or take it further. Create consequences. If you skip your habit, you lose something: money, time, comfort. Because your brain responds to immediate consequences, not long-term goals. And this is important. You don't eliminate bad habits by being stronger. You eliminate them by making them harder to perform. So don't try to change everything at once. That's the mistake. Pick 2 or 3 habits from this video. Start there. Make them easy. Make them repeatable. And most importantly, stick to them long enough for them to become part of who you are. Because once that happens, change is no longer something you chase. It's something you become.